The fact is that Raja could go to jail for 15 to 20, maybe 20 to 25 to 30, somewhere in there. He could go to jail for a long time. And his dad may not be there when he comes out. You never know what's going to happen during that time.
My thing is, it's been a few days. My thing is that the cops are just trumping up charges. When it takes a while like this, that means that they trying to find everything they can to get the worst. They trying to look for the maximum.
But to arrest him and see some time over it?
Oh hell yeah! What do you mean?
Really? Are you serious?
What? That's almost borderline attempted murder.
Yeah, a lot of people like throwing around exaggerated things about what happened. It looked like he was trying to murder him and all that. That is going to be a tough thing to defend as far as if someone brings charges for attempted murder, because I mean that was completely out of line. It looked like he was trying to kill the man, and if those guys weren't there to pull him off of him, it seemed like he would have just kept punching.
Hey man, dog gotta go to prison. I usually don't like to involve myself in other men's situation, but I feel I'm qualified to speak on this. And dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage. But Rampage, turn your son in. He got to go lay down for a little bit. Like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him. I mean, you a grown man, bro. You can't condone that type of behavior, bro. You got to go lay down for a little bit. We'll get you a good lawyer. You ain't going to be in there forever, but you got to go lay down.
Yeah, this isn't going to be good. This isn't going to be good for old Raja. Rampage's got money. I mean, they're going to have some good lawyers. But it might be attempted murder. I mean, God, that's the thing. You got to be careful getting in street fights. If you can avoid street fights, avoid them. Especially if you got a temper tantrum. Maybe if you know a little jiu-jitsu and you get in a street fight here and there, it's okay. You can take care of yourself, get in a good position. But once you crack somebody and then you start seeing red and you're not thinking about what you're doing and you're punching them and they're already knocked out, good chance you're going to kill them. And now you might be in the pen.
There is only one thing that I can say that I think is different than most people are saying. Everybody is saying, like, lock him up, and I agree with that. That was 100%. 100%. But my problem with this is, I know you're talking about how it's parenting, but I want to talk about social media nowadays, That's horrible. Fucking social media. People are doing everything to
appease a live audience.
Yeah. Because live audience, now, like 20 years from now, I think the world is going to be crazy. I don't know if you saw, but on the end, on the clip, after he beat up the guy, he was saying, everybody's calling me pussy, everybody on the chat. So the guy almost killed a man just because people are saying you fucking pussy.
People wrong. The thing with the world is we like to tell people how they should respond to things. And Phil said something about we can't be mad at him for the way he responded. We can be mad at him for the way he responded, but we can't tell him how he's supposed to respond for disrespect. For him, for Rampage's son, his feelings are valid. Like I say, listen, man, I get it, man. I can't tell you, like, if that's how you handle problems, that's how you handle problems. But also, you going to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If they go in and they cuff up Raja over a piece of entertainment that they saw, and the public gets informed that it was such good entertainment, even the police were duped. And that has happened a number of times, particularly in the uneducated Southern white males that got professional wrestling and NASCAR, which, by the way, is also scripted, off the ground. I'm explaining to you whether you like the explanation or not. That is why he has not been arrested.
The lack of any seriousness that someone has just nearly died. The spin of this into kayfabe and like someone has not just nearly been killed in front of everyone. over nothing. You can't tell me Chael saw Rampage Jackson land 24 or however many it was unanswered punches and assumed that nothing was going to be wrong with Psycho Stu. Nothing was going to be wrong. Any logical human knows what they saw and knew this guy might not fucking make it. There's going to be some real damage done.
I hope that I hope we end up in a situation where everyone gets what they want. He's probably going to be punished in some way or another. I hope the guy that it happened to, I hope he's okay. Sounds like he's awake and stable, just from the things I've read online. I don't actually know for sure, but sounds like he's awake and stable, but still, in critical condition. It sounds like there's some broken bones in his face, and he's dealing with some of that stuff. So I hope he has 100% recovery. And I don't want to get too deep into it, I guess. Me saying that what happened was absolutely fucking terrible.
Absolutely.
I don't think that that's some big secret. I don't think that's me shitting on him. I think Rampage would say the same thing, that what happened shouldn't have happened. But it wasn't Rampage that did it.
It's the worst assault I've ever seen. Ever. In the ring, in a professional setting, on the street, I've never seen anything like this. Never. And it was that combination of a pro wrestling work and then an MMA fight against someone who's unconscious. There's not a real referee in there. There's not real support staff. It's not a real fight. So in an MMA fight, we've all seen late stoppages. A late stoppage is 1 to 3 punches. 3, the ref is really taking their time. But if you think about it, a bad stoppage is 1 or 2 punches. This was 15 to 20 unanswered punches. Why? The ref's not a real referee. He doesn't know what to do. He's totally confused.
Let's put the blame where it belongs, and it belongs on Rampage Jackson. And as much as I love Quentin and I hate for him to have to go through this as a father, you cannot be there at all times. And your son is young. I have, my sons are all grown up, but there's times when they're going to go do something. You're saying, hey, don't do something stupid that's going to alter your life. Okay? Be smart. And I used to say that line all the time because young men do stupid things. And those stupid things can alter your life forever. And unfortunately, Raja went and did a fucking stupid thing.
My reaction was just like everybody else's, is kind of shocked at that, but I think that it could have been prevented. I think assholes like people, influencers, YouTubers, or everything else that put too much hype and they try to build some shit up and they put these ideas in kids' heads and they're not fucking saying, hey, reach out and and be like, it's okay. They're making it worse by trying to do the same shit by sticking mics in their face and doing this kind of stuff, where as some people know how to handle situations and some people don't. And unfortunately, it went a different way. And all you youngsters out there, that's not the right way to do it. That's just not how you do it. If you do have an issue with something like that, go talk to somebody. I know it's kind of seems like the pussy thing to do, but damn, go find a way to vent, because that stuff is just like a boiling pot. It's not gonna go the way you want it to go.
So I put a lot of blame on the promoter, because the promoter should have understood that, look, even though you're Quentin's son, even though you have MMA fights, this is pro wrestling. This is different. You need to learn how to work. That's one, which is crazy because I believe the promoter is a former WWE wrestler. He should know that. He should understand that people, not everyone is good at pro wrestling, and how he slams him and how he can knock him out, how he can hurt him. All of those things you would expect someone to know that is the promoter. And so he should have been standing by and realizing that this could go downhill real quick. I need to make sure I keep a careful eye on this. Let's see what happens.
If it was just anybody else in the world, it'd be like, bro, throw that in the cage and throw the key away, man. And that's probably what's going to happen to him. Would you say they're investigating? There's not a lot to investigate. There's a video that shows it pretty goddamn clear. What do we need to investigate here? Hopefully the guy's all right, man. That's about all you can say at the end of the day, right? Hopefully the guy just heals up and, with some PTSD or being a veteran and everything, man, just hope that the guy turns out okay, man. Send him some positive energy and hope for the best.
dude, these people that stream their lives, this seemed to me like such a bad idea, where where the people in your own chat are calling you a pussy, and this could conceivably, I don't want to say it did or it didn't, but conceivably puts you into a place where you now feel like you have to act out. Now you have to be performative about every version of it, and what are you willing to do, what risks are you willing to take, and what kind of lines are you willing to cross in order to make this palatable entertainment, because you have an audience that's expecting this essentially the mundane expanse of life to now be entertaining, to now raise the expectations. It seems to me dark.
But when he jumped on an unconscious person and then started throwing punches, 22 unanswered blows, okay, you're talking about attempted murder. You're not talking about battery. You're not talking about assault. You're not talking about aggravated assault. He'll be lucky. They're going to trust me, they're going to put that thing up at attempted murder. And he'll be lucky if he pleads out that they'll bring it down to something like aggravated assault.
I got nothing good to say about it. I just think best thing you can do is make sure you invest in your kids' education, you know, like Frankie spend time with your son, you know, like and when I spend a lot of time with them, we have those conversations. Hey, you should not do this, don't do that. Like, hey, that's how you behave, that's how you should do. Not easy, but you know, but whenever it gets to that point, what are you gonna do? Like, whenever.
Did you see the bit where Sean Strickland's like, no, he doesn't deserve jail time. He needs rehab because when I was 19, I did something and I didn't go to jail. Like, Sean, you're suspended now for throwing a tantrum.
You know, it's hard for me to talk about it, but you know, I'm just keeping 100. You know, I feel bad about what happened to Psycho Stu. You know, I don't condone what my son did at all. Very, very unfortunate. If I was there, things went down, but you know what I'm saying, I wasn't there. But you know what I'm saying, I'm a father, so you know, I gotta have my son's back, but I'm gonna let justice, you know, play out, take its course. You know, ain't much I can do on that side, but be a father. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I can't talk about this shit. I can't talk about any details and stuff like that. I can't really go into nothing. I hope y'all can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say much about that shit. You know, it's really not my place to say anything, and we gotta let this shit play its course. This shit put me in like a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad about Psycho Stu and his family. His family had to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all the stuff that went on. I just wish it was. I just wish I could have been there.
So as a father, I'm sure that's really disappointing for Rampage, and you want your kids to do better, and you want to be able to, I don't know, protect them and keep them out of situations like that. But his son is old enough that he's old enough, he's an adult, he can make his own decisions. And I'm 100% sure that Rampage disagrees with everything that happened there.